Hi, I'm Dan from Himsworth Autos, and a question I get asked a lot is what are cat cars? How does it work with insurance write-offs? So the way it works is there are 4 different categories of write-off. 2 of them changed the name. It used to be category A, B, C, and D. C and D have been replaced by S and N. Category A write-off means that it has to be scrapped. No parts can be taken off it. The car can't go back on the road. That's usually because it's suffered significant damage. Somebody might have died in the car, or it's been fire damage, something like that. Category B can be used for parts, however it can't go back on the road. That's usually if it's been rolled on its roof or the car's completely bent and not safe to go back on the road. Category C, that used to be an expensive repair, so it was written off because the cost of the repair far exceeded its value. Category D tended to be less bad damage or cheaper to repair, so it was still uneconomical to repair, but the insurance company deemed it too expensive. So C and D were replaced in 2018 by S and N. S being structural damage, so that tended to be worse damage than category M, which is non-structural. Category N is usually minor panel damage, usually bolt-on panels, so things like bumpers, wings, wing mirrors, stuff that you can just bolt off and bolt a new one on. Category S is less bolt-on stuff. Sometimes you can get a category S where it's actually minor damage, but the panel's not bolt off. So like a rear wheel arch, you can't bolt that panel off a car. So they deem that a category S structural damage, when in reality it could just need a little bit of filler and paint. Something to consider is that it's not just the cost of the repair of the vehicle that they take into consideration. I used to work in car hire. We provided courtesy cars for people that had been in accidents, and the average time a car is in for repair is 6 weeks, or it was 6 weeks, and we used to charge for something like a Vauxhall Corsa about 50 quid a day. So 6 weeks at 50 quid a day is over £2,000, so you can see the cost of that spirals quite quickly. You add that to the cost of the repair, you might have £1,000 repair plus £2,000 a hire car. The car might only be worth £3 or £4,000. So the insurance company would rather pay you out, get the car sold at auction. It speeds the process up for them, and it avoids cost spiraling for them as well. So a lot of the time the cars aren't actually that bad. Another thing, how does it affect insurance? So it won't affect your premium, and it doesn't affect you getting insurance. The only thing it affects is what you get paid out in the event of an accident. So if your car's written off again, they'll pay out usually about 70% of its market value. And that's it. Would I buy one? Yes, I would, absolutely.